Hey y'all, hey. So at Renew Your Purpose today, I want to talk about clutter. We all have a lot of clutter in our lives. Um, and clutter isn't just about stuff, y'all. Clutter, it can be about just in our minds, in our heads. We can be cluttered with thinking about so many things, thinking about our jobs, thinking about those kids, thinking about relationship, thinking about what's for dinner, what we're gonna do tomorrow, what vacation we have, our budgeting. So if you have all those things cluttered in your mind, you don't have the time to really actually do. So today I want to talk about how we should be putting things on paper, getting it out your mind onto paper so that it can flourish. They say write the vision, make it plain. So we gonna write the vision, we gonna make it plain. So clutter is pretty much is delayed decisions. It's unprocessed emotions and unfinished intentions that's taking up space. You usually find clutter in three places, y'all: physical clutter, mental clutter, and emotional clutter. So let's talk about the physical clutter. Physical clutter is piles, overstuffed drawers, things you might need. Listen, I myself just I'm taking this in too because I have a lot of physical clutter of things that I might need. Things from 5 years ago, I'm not gonna need it. In the event I do need it, I'll go out and buy it again. Because right now it's just taking up space for something that could be there already or something that I can buy. Because I feel like, how would God bless me with more if I'm still holding on to the things that I don't need, to the things that's just cluttering my mind, to the things that's not even serving me a purpose, but I'm holding on to them. So I'm holding on to those things, and I'm not allowing this my space to be able to be open so that God can give me more. So items tied to old seasons, old versions of you, that's clutter. That's color. Visual noise that drains your energy without realizing, that's clutter. So if you have something that's bothering you, talk about it. Talk to the person about it. Call them. Y'all know I'm very notorious for calling somebody. If your mind sets on them, that person, call that person. Let them know how you feel. Just check up on them. They may need to hear your voice more than you need to tell them whatever that is. You just never know when you're gonna save somebody's life or when you're gonna change somebody by just picking up the phone and calling them. So let's talk about the mental clutter. That's too many open tabs in your mind. You thinking about, like I said, you thinking about what's for dinner. You thinking about you have to take your car to the shop to get an oil change. You're thinking about what my next paycheck. You're thinking about what's on your agenda. Those things, too many tabs open in your mind is definitely clutter. Things you said yes to but don't want to do. I'm notorious for saying no. No is a complete sentence. If you have to think more than 30 seconds about whatever decision that is, the answer is no, or the answer is let me get back with you, or let me check my schedule, because you want to be able to fully obligate or fully commit to whatever you have said yes to without it bothering your lifestyle or without it bothering anything else, so that you can fully commit and fully engage in what you've said yes to. Worrying, overthinking, replaying conversations. A lot of us often think about what happened, think about what we said, think about what we did, think about um, how we could have said something, and we worry about things. And it's in the Bible. Worrying and confusion is nothing but the devil. That's not of God. So we can't worry. Once we've prayed about it, once we've given it to God, we have to set it on the back burner because He got it taken care of. We just don't know it yet, but it's taken care of. So the lack of clarity about what actually matters right now, that's a mental clutter as well. Because what matters now, it's we we can't live in the past, nor can we predict the future. So we have to live in what matters now. What's the right now? What's happening right now versus the past and the future? So having that in your mental capacity is just, that's the thing of the past. We're gonna live in the right now. and what we can change, what we can do right now. And why clutter feels so heavy is because clutter competes for attention. It competes for peace. It competes for focus. Your brain treats every visible item and unresolved thought as something it must manage. You're over cluttering your mind because it's trying to have the mental capacity to fix everything that's in your mind, because most of us are fixers. We're women, we're fixers, we're emotional, we are nurturers. So our brain is telling us to fix these things, and we're overloading, we're over capacity in our brain by having all those in their mind. That's why I'm a firm believer of let's write it down. Let's get you some poster boards. Let's get you some dry erase boards so we can get that from our mind onto the board, and then essentially get some of those things, get some of this checked off. So decluttering is not cleaning, y'all. It's not always cleaning, because you definitely can clean, declutter by cleaning, but it's deciding. So you're going to decide what matters first. Give yourself a list of priorities. A list of priorities. What belongs in this season? What no longer fits me of who I am becoming? And what needs closure, not storage? What you need to just say, okay, that's checked off. It's gone. Peace. I'm no longer talking about it. It's not going to be stored in my mind. It's not going to be stored under my bathroom closet. It's not going to be stored in my closet. It is gone. No longer a part of your lifestyle. It is closure. What needs closure in your life? We can write that down. That's definitely something to write down. So a simple reset. You're going to ask yourself, what room is tied to this version of me that I've outgrown? Then you're going to ask yourself, what in my mind is waiting on a decision? All these things can be wrote down. And then what in my heart is waiting on release? That's where the peace is hiding. What in your mind is waiting on release? Those are the things that we're going to work on today. Decluttering our minds, decluttering our spaces, because that matters too. You cannot physically and mentally work in a capacity of a cluttered space. Unclutter those offices, unclutter those bathrooms, unclutter those kitchens, and unclutter your mind. In the event, like me personally, I would have to do that first. I would have to unclutter my rooms that I'm in. I'm currently working on the bathroom. I started on Monday, during the snow day, working on decluttering the bathrooms. Then I'm going to go declutter my closet. And then after, I've been kind of decluttering other things that I have to do too, mental. So I've been writing that down. I definitely have. I have a board here. I'm not going to show you how to begin the front, but I have a board here, what I wrote on, and is to declutter what's in my mind. And I also have a whiteboard to declutter what's in my mind, so that now I can move forward with checking off those tasks. And believe it or not, that board has about 20 tasks on it. And after I wrote them down, I was realizing like, oh, wait, it's coming to pass. I've checked off 4 things on that board already, because I took it out of my brain, put it on paper, and now I'm starting to do those things. So definitely homework for tonight, guys. Write it all down. I said this one time before. Steve Harvey said, write a list of 300 things. 300 things is a lot to memorize, a lot to think of. However, but you can always start that list somewhere, and you can always add to it. So let's start the list. Pen to paper, guys. I know you want to take those phones and use those notepads in the phones, but let's do pen to paper and blue ink. Because I know I said it in the past, blue ink tends, I think it's something cognizance of in your mind. Blue does something. So blue ink, we're going to write our tasks. I wrote in pink, anything just not black ink. Let's get journals out. Let's get pens and papers. You can get a board. These poster boards are like 60 something cents at the dollar store. Get you a board so that you can write out, declutter our mind and declutter our spaces. I am going to check back in with you ladies on next week to see how it is on our Thursday night check-ins. Let me know. Text me, call me. Y'all have my number if you need any additional assistance. See y'all.